Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to properly remove non-soak-off hard builder gel. So as you can see, I've already done all my other nails and I just left one to show you guys what I do. I'm going to take my efile and a safety bit, but it's a coarse safety bit, and I'm just going to go across the nail and create like a divot, a dip. And you want to make sure that you create this basically line across the nail and make sure that you make it thin enough to where you can clip it and it will not crack the nail. It'll crack just right where you filed it off. Otherwise, you can cause your nail to crack up your natural nail, and it really hurts. It will break your natural nail sometimes, so you just got to be very careful, and you want to get it really thin. So I'm not sure if you can see how I'm just creating kind of like a canyon look. I'm not sure what to call it, and I just go really slowly. This whole video is going to be in regular time. I do not speed it or slow it down, and I'm just going really slowly, and I do it after my natural nail would normally end, because if you go on top of your skin, it might cause a burning sensation. So as you can see where I created it, it was nowhere near touching my skin. It was just on the tip of my nail that had grown out. And as you could see, I'm just going to remove now the bulk of the gel with my efile. I still have my efile on a rather high speed. It's not the highest, but it's almost at the highest. You want it to be high enough, that way you can do it faster. If you are a beginner, I would suggest that you start at a medium speed and then work your way up once you get used to working the efile. And you also do not want to stay in one place very long. You just want to go over it quickly, because going back and forth or staying on the same spot can cause it to heat up and it will burn you. So you just want to make sure that you are not filing in the same spot very long. You're just going over, rolling it over, and just constantly moving it. And when you get closer down towards your natural nail and you filed enough of the gel off, you want to just be extremely careful, because that's when it could really damage your natural nail if you're not careful. So I'm just carefully watching, and you can see how I keep checking it to see how much gel is still on top of my natural nail. And that's basically what you want to do. You want to make sure that you do not go past that. And I just carefully file away all the glitter. If you're not comfortable getting closer to your natural nail or closer to the cuticle area, you can just stop right there and file the rest off with a hand file. But since I have been doing this for years, I am comfortable getting it pretty much all the way down to nothing. So as you can see, I just broke off my nail. I'm planning on cutting them anyways, because they were causing the lifting to my nail set, which is why I had to redo them. I had my nail set on for about 2.5 months, and my nails grew out too much to where I couldn't keep the same set on because it was causing a lot of lifting underneath. So yeah, as you can see, I just try to remove all the glitter and as much of the gel as I can before moving to the hand file. Again, be very careful. I have to be extremely careful with this part, because this is where it's basically almost my natural nail and it will heat up. They do sell ceramic, I believe it is, file bits, and they do not heat up, so I was really wanting to invest in that. I can try and find a link for you and put it down below. But as you can see, I got most of the glitter off, and I'm just checking to see how much of the gel is on there before I go in with the hand file. Just wanted to show you what it looked like. As you can see, I removed almost all of the gel with the e-file. And now I'm going to take my 100-180 nail file, and I'm going to use the less coarse side, and I'm just going to file the rest of the gel off. As you can see, I go carefully around the cuticle area. You want to be really careful because that's where your natural nail is. And I'm using a really dull and really soft nail file. This is what you want to use because it will be really easy to remove layers of your natural nail if you're not careful. So as you can see, I do have a layer of gel still there, so I'm just being very careful, and I'm making sure that I'm watching and seeing how far down to go, and I'm just carefully filing it. And I usually will not worry about getting every last piece of gel off. As long as there's no lifting, it really doesn't matter. You can just do your next set right on top of that. And so that's all I'm doing with the 180 side. You could even use like a 200 coarse nail file, but once I get a little bit closer to my natural nail, I will go in with a nail buffer. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. I just make sure I try to get as much gel off as I can. That way when I put the next set on, I do use tips. I want to get it off. If you sculpt your nails, you really don't have to worry about that at all. But if you use nail tips, you do want to go ahead and thin it out as much as you can. As you can see, I'm just clipping my nail now. I want them really short. That way I could get a good wear of my next set. And all I'm doing now is clipping my nails. I'm going to shape them. And as you can see, I go one direction with the file because that seals in your natural nail and it will cause it to not break. And because I'm not going to do my next set right away, I don't want to have my nails snagging on anything. So I am just going one direction with the file, and again I'm using the really soft side. And then I do go in with the buffer just to buff it out to make sure it's not scratchy or rough. And basically that's it. That's how I remove my gel from my nails to prepare for my next set. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or other video requests, please let me know down below, or my email is always in the description box. Feel free to email me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.